things. One, inserting Peffer into the lineup's been a huge advantage for them. It's created some really unique matchups, and they do as good a job as anybody Tech does of finding those matchups. And defensively, they are one of the best defensive teams in the country. You look at their net rating, their total net adjusted, it's top 10. I mean, it's no surprise they're ranked as high as they are and where they are. And it's a job that Adam High and his staff has done year after year.
Win or lose this tournament, Montana Tech will go to the postseason. Cade Erickson with a three-point shot. McCoy tried to get the rebound, but Royce is there, lost it. Spencer comes up with a loose ball. He's double-teamed. And Spencer is fouled, I believe, before the shot attempt. I'm not sure.
But again, that's the second chance opportunities that Rocky continues to get, because they will not quit. They will keep going. And I think you hit the nail on the head. Royce Robinson, his effort has been outstanding. He's a winner. There's no quit in him, and he's going to keep battling.
Royce with 15, Jesse with 14. Jesse Owens has not missed a three-point shot in this game. He's 4 for 4.
Yeah, and I probably should give credit to that conversation this morning. That was with a couple of the CMR coaches, John Sissel and Greg Dart, and they just said basically how valuable he was.
McCoy with a big steal. Cade Erickson back out to Jesse. The lead is 9. 11 minutes left. Boy, with the astronomical, Rocky actually came back and won this game. Royce. OKK crashes the boards, but Rocky comes up with it, and Jesse now 4 of 5 on threes. Another offensive rebound. Cade Erickson gets it back out to Jesse, and there's a whistle before the shot.
Oh, we got an offensive foul.
Boy, the opportunities that the Bears have had here.
Looked like when KK was trying to basically close out on that, he got hooked by McCoy. So that's where that foul came from.
Long possession for Rocky. Full court pressure put on. OKK at 6'7" is going to bring it up. And the Tech lead has shrunk to 9 with the midway mark of the half here. Nice looking drive by Decons, couldn't get the finish. And Royce Robinson back up the other way. Royce against Shear, now he's going to be double teamed with OKK. Puts it up and in. Wow, what a play. We have a 7-point game, Brian.
Yeah, and we thought it was danger time when Lee went out, but since that point, it's been a little bit of an advantage, at least with the energy level from Rocky.
8 seconds on the shot clock. Bake's not going to get rid of it. Rebound, Cade Erickson. Rocky's got numbers. Royce will lead the break. Royce will hold up with the 3. It's short. And a rebound, Bake. Royce is feeling it. I mean, he's extremely confident right now.
I don't hate that shot at all. I mean, it's a transition 3. You have a better chance of getting an offensive rebound in those moments. I think the biggest thing with this little comeback has been their defensive effort, their defensive intensity.
Bake trying to get free again. Shot clock down to 6. OKK looking inside the year, and Jesse's trying to defend him. But remember, I mean, Jesse's 5'9".
Yeah. Trying
to guard somebody 6'7". I mean, Jesse's athletic, but come on.
He did the best he could. It's like basically, they talk about a cylinder, and he definitely invaded your cylinder. And that's the thing. It's like they got that in the matchup, and when you're switching, you run into those issues, and that's something that Rocky likes to do, is like to switch almost everything.
Rocky has outscored Tech 27-13 here in the second half. Ure gets that first free throw to go. How many times have we said this week? I mean, you're never really out of it in the Frontier Conference, especially with the three-point shot.
That was about a 3-minute drought that Tech had. And, need a couple of, I think for them, stops are the key. Just kind of kill the momentum of Rocky.
Jesse, great pass to Royce.
Just textbook, middle drive, your corner baseline cut, that's that's an easy look. The help always is out of position. Jesse full steam, you gotta worry about him, and that leads to really an easy look from.
OKK lost it, and the foul's going to go against Rocky. Royce Robinson with 19 points. He had 22 the last time these two teams met. And that was a Rocky win. Both teams were in the bonus. That's a 9th foul on Rocky.
Yeah.
Diggers with 6. OKK is back at the free throw line here.
That was a reach on McCoy. It wasn't necessarily the primary defender. It's what they called the foul on.
OKK's got 12 points in the game. 12 for year and 13. Fight for the free throw is missed. Here comes Spencer. Rocky has cut it to 6. They were down by as many as 23 in this game. Spencer all the way in. OKK with a block, but there's a foul.
Yeah. You know, same thing that happened down here. Bake reaches in the same way that McCoy reached in. So, you know, they're consistent with the call, and that's all you can ask.
We're in a timeout. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to be played in the game, and it's tight. 61-55, our score. The Diggers trying to pull off something that's never been done before. Win 4 Frontier Conference tournaments in a row. Their win-loss record the last 4 years, 105 wins, just 23 losses. A winning percentage of 82%. And you know, you work with Adam Hyatt. He's one of the best interviews I've ever had in my life. When we did the Frontier Conference Media Day, he's the most prepared coach. You talked about his practices, and you got to wonder, I mean, will he step up and coach at the next level?
You know, he seems happy. I mean, he had a long, successful career at Westminster. I think, you know, some guys just love this level. I mean, you look at the Frontier Conference. I mean, how long Bill's been in Rocky, how long that, you know, Steve was at Western and Providence, and, you know, Hughes. I mean, you can just list all of the Frontier coaches. It seems like a league that keeps guys, and I think that's, you know,
not just average.
Yeah, and happiness is, you know, happiness is happiness. I mean, I think sometimes people chase things that aren't necessarily what you want to chase, whether it's money or prestige or things like that. You know, coaching basketball is great whether you're coaching a 5th grade Y team or you're coaching, you know, a Division I team. And, you know, Adam Hyatt's as good a coach as anybody in the country. And I mean that. He is as good a coach as anybody in the country because his track record proves that.
Well, I'm happy to be here with Brian Crosby. Spencer gets that one to go. Got to stay awake, people. It's a great game.
Yeah, the Providence fans are going to have to hit the Mountain Dew.
OKK, that's going to be, oh, wow. 8.5 to go. 5-point game. Full court pressure again by Rocky. And OKK takes a timeout here.
Hey, get off your citrus. Show off. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew.
Up. Up. Up.
Yeah!
Up.
Up. Up is where we are headed at the University of Providence. Up with learning.
Up with opportunities.
Up with community.
Up, where we are guided by our faith.
Up with excellence.
With faith guiding your way, it is all up from here. Are you ready to rise up? The University of Providence, connecting people with their potential.
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for, health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example, set the example, and learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models, you guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
Defense by Spencer. 5-point game. Rocky has never quit. Bake had a great start tonight. They're going to double up on Ure. Bake goes over the top of Spencer. How big was that?
That was monumental. He never got rushed on that possession, understood time and score.
Cade Erickson, Class C. Broadview with a big three. Keeps it at a 5-point game.
It's a huge answer. The thing about this run that Rocky is gone on, they've done it without Lee sitting on the bench with 4 fouls.
Well, you were the one that wanted to mark it and, the time and the score, and things have improved for Rocky since then.
They have, for sure, and I think I think the one thing going with this kind of smaller lineups allowed them to pressure Tech. That with Lee they don't really do that. And, forced a couple of, that's a tough shot.
And they took it all the way down to the shot clock. Royce Robinson wants to take it all the way in. Royce in trouble, no problem. 21 points in the game for Mr. Lewistown. Royce Robinson.
And Peffer thought he got hooked, but he reached, he tried to swipe it from behind.
Coast to coast, layup, decons. Robinson came into the tournament averaging 10. He's double his average. Here in the semifinals, it's a 5-point game with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to be played. Here in the semis, Royce again. And that could go either way. They're going to show the block. Royce is just feeling it. He's so confident right now.
Yeah, he is. And Deacon's on the other end, saw the matchup he wanted and went right to the rim. But the transition and must have been inside the restricted area for that to. It felt like people were set, but that Marshawn just looks like he was a little bit out of position.
Royce Robinson at the free throw line here. 6.5 to go. 21 points in the game. 2 for 3 from the free throw line. He's hit 3 threes. He wants the ball in his hands in the second half of this big game.
Well, and you look at the roster and you want to look at winners, and he's a kid like you mentioned who's a football state champ. He's a 2-time basketball state champ. Huge part of what they did.
Offensive rebound off the missed free throw. A 3 here, and believe it or not, you'd have a 1-point game. Who would have thought when they were down by 23 in that first half? Cade Erickson to the baseline. Spencer. McCoy. Spencer, shot clock. The defense from both sides, they're not trying to take the clock down. It's just they can't get an open shot because the defense is so good.
Yeah, but
there's Adam Hyatt.
The number of offensive rebounds has to be troubling for Tech. The fact that they're basically just keeps getting extra possession after extra possession.
And Rocky with 12 offensive rebounds in the game, 5 for Montana Tech. Okeke gonna swing it back out to Bake. 5:50 left. Hype with a drive, that was huge. And the foul. That was a big time play. And he's got 15 to lead his team. He came into the tournament averaging just 4.3. Doesn't that happen so much, though?
Yeah.
In postseason play, somebody who might not be the leading scorer is going to come up big.
Yeah,
and we've seen that twice, and both are number 33.
And that drive was the product of just great spacing. We call that, that's basically a double gap. It's like driving on an interstate highway. He went from just like, having a difficult time, went back to his left. There was no help and was able to get all the way to the rim.
Royce on the rebound.
Yeah, and Tech keeps missing free throws and giving up offensive rebounds, and it's probably a good thing they had such a huge lead, or else they definitely would be down.
Royce Robinson to be a little.
A dunk.
for Royce. I think
Okeke with an unbelievable dunk. I mean, just that's what they need. That transition, the defense leading to offense is definitely going to help them.
8-point game. I lost my box and we're still on the air. Fall-away jumper's not going to land. They fight for the rebound. Who gets it? And it's going to be Tech basketball.
Just a little bit
5
of a
minutes
change,
and
yeah.
9 seconds left to be played in this one. Eight-point lead for Montana Tech here. And there's Okeke. I think that's a dunk where he got hurt and got cramped up as he held onto the rim a little extra long.
Well, I would say in the last minute and a half, for whatever reason, Tech's defensive intensity is ratcheted back up to the way it was when they started the game. You know, I think you have lulls. You get a big lead. You know, you forget that these are still young men, some teenagers, and they're going to definitely have some, you know, some growing pains and things like that. But, you know, Tech, the thing that's interesting is when they went on that run, Tech coaching staff, especially Adam Hyatt, never got frustrated, never got mad. I mean, they were, you know, some coaching points and some teaching points you can do, but, you know, just the effort, you know, and I think a little bit of the flip side of that is the amount of energy that that Rocky Mountain College has had to expend to get back into the game. Do they have enough in the last 5 minutes to maintain?
It was a 22-point lead at halftime. It was Tech 48 and Rocky 26. And now it's crunch time, 5:09 left. Rocky with 10 fouls and the Diggers with 8 here. Rocky Erickson with Brian Crosby. They have full court press this entire second half. Decons will bring it up. Boy, in the women's game, we've seen so few players play in the semis. Only 7 and 8 players played. Time for the drive. Gives it up late. Okeke works against Lee, who's in the game with 4 fouls. He was very tentative there.
He was, and that was a great set out of the timeout. Knew exactly what they wanted to get, had the matchup they wanted. Basically, it was Peffer.
And Royce gets his shot blocked. Cade Erickson got a big rebound, and Cade's going to draw the foul. Cade's played some nice minutes in this game.
And that's a tough one. I mean, Erickson can see the ball, Yer can't. Lands in his hands and ends up with a foul. But I've had friends text me like they didn't realize how entertaining Coach Dreikosen was, or is, I should say.
Boy, free throws are huge down the stretch here. 4:40 left.
Nice minutes from Cade Erickson. Did not play last night's game at all. Today's, you know, provided a real spark.
And Rocky may get that. They will. Well, they cut it to 5 or 6, and then all of a sudden it went back to 10. Now it's 9. 4.5 to go.
Another offensive rebound. I mean, even though it's not an offensive rebound, that was a.
They keep the possession alive.
Yeah, there's no pressure. Okay, like tries to tip it instead of getting a rebound.
Finally on the inbounds here. Jesse to Cade. Redshirt freshman. Erickson gets it out to Nesbitt. Nesbitt tries to drive. Jesse, but he's hit some big threes in the game. Shot clock down to 3. Oh, wow. And Jesse Owens, he's got 14. Royce Robinson with 22. It's a 7-point game for Tech with 4 minutes and 4 seconds to be played. You win, you advance to the Frontier Conference Championship game tomorrow night. Royce Robinson on Bake. Looking down low, there's Okeke. Back out wide open, Decons with a 3. That was huge.
big three from a guy that doesn't shoot a lot of threes.
He only had 13 all year coming into the tournament. And the lead is back to 10. Every possession is big here. Down low to Lee. Lee lost it. Loose ball. Tied up. No whistle yet. And finally a jump is called. Possession will stay with Rocky. McCoy and Spencer will come in. Boy, that was a big three for Decons.
Yeah, and that last play, just a bunch of guys bent over the waist, not trying to get the ball, but Decons, like you say, not a volume three-point shooter, knocks down a huge one that gets the lead back to double digits. But that was the situation in that last play where Royce Robinson dives on the ball. The other guys are just bending over. It's like he's going to get the ball.
The lead's back to 10. Jesse working hard. Spencer. That was a low pass. Spencer unable to bring it in.
Yeah, not a great pass, but defensively Tech, they make everything so difficult. You have to almost have a perfect possession when they play defense this way.
Well, Tech has cooled off a bit. They're only shooting 60% here. Decons, okay. And they will take some time off the clock now. Keely Blake, 10-point lead. Diggers. Bake picked up by Erickson.
Oh. That's so. I mean, it's just from a basketball standpoint, they get the switch. They have, Jesse on Okeke just a little bit impatient. If he just takes a second longer, throws a little bit better pass, then that's an easy one.
Royce forced it, but he drew the foul. And Royce Robinson to the free throw line here. 22 big points for Royce, 8 rebounds in the game.
And looking ahead with Rocky, they've got some nice pieces that are young. Robinson, Jordan, just some guys that are going to definitely, and obviously they get Jalen Lee back next year too. The thing I think though, from Rocky's standpoint, I don't know how you replace Jesse Owens. He's
the floor general.
He's just, plus minus is such an interesting stat. I think if you look at his plus minus for the entire year, it's got to be, off the charts, because when he's on the floor, good things happen. And when he's not on the floor, nothing good happens.
Rocky will pick him up man-to-man, full court, 2.5 to go. Every possession is big. The Tech lead is 8. Rocky won 2 of the 3 meetings during the season. Decons will drive against McCoy. McCoy on the rebound. Royce will bring it down. Jesse. 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Semifinals, Frontier Conference Tournament. Jesse Owens. Down low, gets it out to Spencer. Shot clock down to 6. Spencer turns and fires, and that was huge. We got a 6-point game. Does that count?
Yeah, it counts to be a dead ball foul on the rebound. Looks like you got pushed to the ground. Let's see if you can see it on the replay here on the box out. Oh yeah. Erickson picks up the foul and they walk the other end, but from not the worst foul in the world if you're Rocky, depending on the result of these free throws. Plus, no time goes off the clock, which is huge.
Year 4 of 6 has 12 points in the game. 5 players for Tech have scored in double figures in this game. Rocky put 5 players in double figures in their 88-86 win against Montana Western in the quarterfinals yesterday. Big free throws. Muir gets them both. Tech back up by 8 under 2 minutes left to be played in the semifinals here. Jesse gets free. Jesse Owens with 18. Rocky hanging around, trying to make a late run here, but the time, you got 94 seconds left to be played of the game, and there's a foul by Spencer. And Pfeiffer's been huge. He's 1 for 3 from the line. He's got 15. OKK. That's kind of a quiet 16 for OKK. He's 7 of 9 from the field in the game.
Yeah, a couple dunks, that makes that
high percentage
shot.
shot.
It's definitely high percentage shots. 74% free throw shooter on the year. It's a guy that you kind of want in this situation, but if you've missed a couple during the game, that kind of gets in your head a little bit.
6-point game. 90 seconds left to be played here. Jesse gives it up. McCoy back out. Royce with the 3. They keep the possession alive. Another offensive rebound. Spencer from the corner. Not close. Rebound Bake. 70 seconds left to be played. A 7-point game. And it's a double bonus both ways, but Rocky's going to be forced to foul here. Or will they with 20 seconds on the shot clock?
They're going to play out this possession. You're still within striking range. You don't want to extend this to a 3-possession game. Right now you're or a 4-possession game. You're sitting in a 3-possession game.
Ure turns and fires. Boy, that's big.
Yeah, that's a huge bucket right there.
9-point lead. Jesse goes up strong. And very likely this could be the last game for Jesse Owens. What a remarkable career he has had. And Jesse Owens with 20 points in this contest. College football with the Grizz, basketball with the Bobcats, and wrapped up his athletic career at Rocky Mountain College. 38 seconds left to be played. 7-point game.
And
when you're only 5'9", you got to go high on the glass when you go up with the big guys. And watch this.
That's such a hard finish. He goes off wrong foot, basically off his right foot, jumping, throwing a nice lazy hook off the glass. But he never gets out of control. And he's been that way since high school, frankly. I mean, he's just, he's one of my favorite players that I've watched over the years, having a chance to watch him high school and then, Rocky last couple of years. And I think that it's been interesting him paired with someone like Jalen Lee, a big that can do some different things and allows him to get downhill and create for his teammates. And you're right. If this is the end of his career, it's going to be a big loss for Rocky.
Just a great all-around young man with a wonderful, wonderful family as well. 38 seconds left to go in this one. High-scoring game. At the half, it was Tech up 48-26. And Rocky's come a long way from only scoring 26 points in the first 20 minutes of this college basketball game. Well, stranger things have happened with 38 seconds left.
Yeah. Obviously, if you're Rocky, it's steal first, foul second, quickly as you can.
Decons. High for double team. Back to Decons. Now you got to foul. 31 seconds left. And timeout. You're in the game is 6 of 8. Was there a foul?
No, they called a timeout on that one. It was basically, I think you called it. Craig Sear pointed right at him, so probably felt he was in no man's land. And he actually was in the worst place you could possibly be, which was just over the half-court line, trap, basically you're walled in.
Now, I've never announced a 9 o'clock college game. I've done some high school basketball tournaments that started at 9 that were supposed to start at 8. And I was telling Marty earlier today, during COVID, we did a Grizzly Eastern Washington basketball game with no fans, and it was a 9 o'clock game.
Yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning with no fans, and boy, those gyms were quiet.
Yeah, that was a weird time for sure. When we've had a state tournament here one year where we played the late game, and one of the advantages of being in your home city was that we could sit over at CMR, and we had someone sitting here, and they say, okay, the game before us ended, then when we came over. Because it's tough. I mean, these Rocky these Providence and Carroll players have been sitting here for a long time. Some of them came and watched the women's games earlier today. It's a long day. You try to break it up. You have dinner. You have shooting around. You watch some film. Guys take naps. It's tough. I mean, a 9 o'clock start is definitely unique for a lot of these guys, but not, as veterans of Montana state tournaments, it happens quite often.
31 seconds to go. Ordigers and Rocky are out of timeouts now. Spencer with the foul, and it comes down to free throws. Rockies made a gallant effort after they dug themselves such a huge hole. Tech led 20-2 to start this game.
Yeah. Well, and that's just the thing. I mean, you dig yourself a hole like that, it's very, very difficult to get out of it, no matter how, what kind of run you go through, and no matter how hard you play. But a heck of an effort to get back into it.
9-point game. Jesse will bring it up. 24 ticks to go in this one. And they're picking everybody up way outside. Jesse again. That one's not going to drop here on the block. And they're not calling the foul. 13 seconds left to be played. That'll do it. Final score is going to be 82-73. And the Diggers of Montana Tech have advanced to the Frontier Conference Championship game. And Jesse Owens giving Keely Blake a hug. That's great to see. Be back with the post game right after this.
Make your family's time on the water extraordinary in a Mastercraft wake boat from Pierce RV and Marine. Mastercraft's award-winning boats are built with best-in-class materials for proven durability. Whether you're wakeboarding, wake surfing, water skiing, or tubing, there's something for everyone. Choose from the flagship X-Star family to the X-Series, XT, and sleek NXT models. This season, experience world-class performance and endless fun with a Mastercraft wake boat from Pierce RV and Marine in Billings.
Cascade Electric. Cascade Electric is an experienced, proven, and highly rated electrical contracting company. Cascade Electric is here for all your home, commercial, and industrial electrical needs. They have been troubleshooting since 1917 and more than willing to do the job you need. Small or large, Cascade Electric can take care of you time and time again. Make sure you take time to visit Cascade Electric. Visit Cascade Electric today.
This season, score big with one of our many cars under $30,000. Talk about winning plays. Our financing team is here to help you with affordable options. We offer payments under $500, and that means more money for your fantasy football bets. With our certified pre-owned lineup, every car is thoroughly inspected, so you can drive with confidence. That means getting to the game without worry.
Just over the hill from high prices, Buskin Motor Company.
Well, a 22-point lead for Montana Tech at halftime, 48-26. They started the game with an unbelievable run. They led 20-2, and you know what? Rocky never gave up in the contest, and Royce Robinson and Jesse Owens put it on their shoulders. Gallant effort, but they came up short. Well-rounded game for Tech. They had 5 players in double figures.
Yeah, you look at the box, 14, 12, 18, 16, 16. That's how you win games. I mean, and their defensive effort. They had some lulls there, and obviously, I think some things that as a coach you can go in and you can talk about with, too many offensive rebounds given up, too many free throws missed, things that you have to shore up tomorrow night if you're going to win a championship.
They shot 60% from the field. Yeah. Let's go to our player of the game, OKK.
Yeah.
16 points. He had 6 rebounds and 7 assists. OKK filled up the stat sheet in this game. He's so incredibly athletic.
Yeah, and I think where he's at his best is when they're in transition. And basically he has the ability to, to run free as he did there. And he's a unique athlete because he is so athletic. He seems slender. He seems a little undersized for his position, but his athletic ability gives him a huge opportunity.
Our play of the game. Rocky also had 15 offensive rebounds in the contest. And OKK with a great pass and yet another dunk.
Yeah, Peffer had a huge game. I think that
he led the team with he had 16 points.
And he's a guy that wasn't starting, wasn't really getting a ton of minutes early in the year. So, I mean, that's a thing about this time of year. Some guys have to step up.
Rocky had a great start this season. They finished 19-11. Who knows? They might get an opportunity
at
the national tournament.
Look at their RPI and see where they are. I mean, it's disappointing, though. I mean, that's a team that has a lot of talent, and it's obviously not the way they wanted to end.
82-73, Montana Tech has advanced to the Frontier Conference Championship game.
Montana, a place of rugged beauty, hardworking people, and endless opportunities. And for over 100 years, Opportunity Bank has been here. As a Montana bank with a legacy of stability and service, we understand what it takes to build a future in this place you call home. So if you're looking for a bank that's as Montana as you are, come to Opportunity Bank of Montana. Of Montana, by Montanans since 1922. Member FDIC.
1, 2, 3, go!
We follow pizza drivers and make sure their customers get a Pepsi.
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
That's the perfect combo.
Hey, get off your... Show off.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Mountain Dew.
Well, the magical run for the Orediggers continues. They won the regular season Frontier Conference title. First time somebody has won 4 years in a row. In 52 years, no team has ever won the Frontier Conference tournament 4 years in a row. If they win tomorrow night, they accomplish another first.
Play like they played in the first half. I like their chances. I think it'll be very interesting. Like we talked about yesterday, that first matchup, two very like teams. This matchup we're going to watch here in a few minutes, very like teams. I think both of them can give give Tech some fits.
For Brian Crosby, Rocky Erickson, Tech wins 82-73, the late game at 9 o'clock. We'll see you then.
Jason, Chad, looks like you guys have been hitting the trails pretty hard today.
Heck yeah, I just went four-wheeling. And now I gotta have the same tires as him.
We've got the perfect set of Coopers for you.
Now through April 30th, save up to $75 on a set of qualifying Cooper tires, including the Discoverer STT Pro, Rugged Trek, and AT3 family, as well as the Cooper Xeon, Endeavor, Endeavor Plus, and CS5 family. Visit your neighborhood Tire-Rama or TireRama.com for more details.